Several police officers simply wanted to bury the coffin, but they were met with frenzied opposition from more than 2,000 citizens. The reason was simple. The coffin contained not only the body of a young girl, but also biological waste carrying lethal radiation. This innocent little girl never realized, even until her death, that the pretty blue pellets her father had brought home were actually cesium-137, a lethal radioactive substance. That seemingly magical blue glow was actually deadly gamma radiation, which directly disrupts the ability of cells to divide and multiply. It causes no pain, but by the time you notice anything wrong with your body, it means death has already arrived. A few days ago, doctors at the hospital were anxiously finalizing the list of 6 patients to be transferred to the Naval Hospital because the Naval Hospital in Rio de Janeiro was only willing to accept 6 radiation victims. The number of spots was pitifully few, and every single one was crucial. Among them, the girl who had accidentally ingested a radioactive source was in the most critical condition and would undoubtedly take up 1 spot. However, she was too young, and without a relative to accompany her, she simply could not receive proper treatment. This left only 4 spots available. Upon learning of this dire situation, the scrapyard owner's wife wrestled with the decision for a long time before finally deciding to voluntarily give up her transfer spot. The doctors immediately refused her request, as her condition was already critical. Staying at the current hospital would mean waiting to die. Just then, the hospital's testing staff delivered urgent news. Large amounts of radioactive material had been detected in the urine of several critically ill patients, indicating that their conditions were continuing to deteriorate with no signs of improvement. The situation was extremely urgent. These critically ill patients had to be transferred to the Naval Hospital as soon as possible to receive more specialized treatment. Yet the doctors were still hesitating over how to allocate the transfer spots, unable to reach a final decision. At this critical moment, the scrapyard owner's wife suddenly began convulsing violently. Her face turned pale, and her vital signs instantly grew faint. The doctors had no choice but to administer an emergency injection of diazepam to temporarily relieve her convulsions and barely stabilize her vital signs. Yet everyone present knew that if they delayed any further, the woman and the other critically ill patients would all face life-threatening danger, with unimaginable consequences. In this critical moment, the doctor made a desperate decision. He knew that he alone could never persuade the Naval Hospital to increase the number of available beds, so he hurried out of the hospital, found a reporter covering the scene, and spoke candidly about the true situation inside the quarantine facility. He hoped to leverage the media's influence to put pressure on the Naval Hospital. He implored the hospital to lend a helping hand by providing more beds to admit these radiation patients in urgent need of treatment. At the same time, he appealed to his fellow medical staff who were on strike, urging them all to join the rescue effort.